Hey there, CENIMASTER fans! Hope you're ready for some movie magic. Let's dive right in. The events begin in Colombia at a company called Belko, a recruitment company that helps people find jobs in South America. One day, the employees are surprised to find armed soldiers searching them instead of the security guards. The company manager, Barry, notices that some employees are being told to go home. He asks the soldiers searching them why they're sending the employees away, suspiciously asking if something is happening today. However, the soldier remains silent and doesn't respond. The employees continue their work as usual, but notice that only foreigners are present in the company, while all the Colombians have been sent home. This was Danny's first day at work, and she was sitting with the executive manager, Vince, to understand the job basics. Vince ensures that Danny has a tracking device implanted in her head, and we learn that all the employees in this place have tracking devices implanted in their heads. He explains that this helps the company protect its employees. Later, we see an employee named Mike, who admires his colleague Linda, and they have agreed to get married by the end of the year. While sitting in his office, Mike notices one of the soldiers entering a warehouse next to the company. Curious, he calls the security guard, Evan, and asks him what's going on. Evan replies that he is as clueless as Mike. At that moment, an unknown person speaks through the company's intercom system, stating that there are 80 employees in the building. The person demands they follow his orders or they will be killed one by one. The first task is for 2 of them to be killed within the next half hour, or most of them will die before their eyes. The employees panic and fear, thinking this must be a joke and not real. They leave their desks to see what's happening. One of them grabs her bag and heads for the door to leave, but suddenly all the doors are sealed with metal plates, and the plates also close off all the windows in the building. This disrupts the phone network, making it impossible to contact anyone. They are now trapped in the building. At this point, Vince heads to the control room to figure out who this unknown speaker is, but he finds the room empty and realizes the person is speaking from outside. They talk to Evan to understand what's happening, but Evan tells them he is just as confused as they are. Their fear grows as they realize they are completely trapped. Barry tries to calm the situation, saying that the metal plates must have been installed by the company for their protection, and perhaps someone is making a prank to scare them. He suggests they wait and see what happens next. Some of them go to the roof to seek help, but they find no one, as the company building is isolated with no nearby residents. At the same time, Lonnie tries to melt the metal plates, but they are unaffected. His friend tells him the plates are made of a metal he has never seen before. Mike tells Barry that he feels this is real, and they need to find a solution to escape. Barry tells him there is nothing they can do since the plates surround the entire place. All they can do is wait and see what happens. The group on the roof sees a soldier and tries to get his attention for help, but he looks at them and continues drinking his tea as if nothing is happening. Barry tells them this seems like a psychological test to observe the employees' reactions in stressful situations like this. He urges them to stay calm and not be afraid. Suddenly, the woman next to him takes a bullet to the head and dies in front of them. After that, several others die in the same way. Most of them hide, realizing there is a killer in the building. Barry examines the bodies and tells them these are not gunshot wounds. Their heads have exploded. They then understand that the tracking devices in their heads contain explosives. Without hesitation, Mike goes to the bathroom, grabs a cutter, and steels himself to try removing the tracking device from his head. The unknown speaker warns Mike through the intercom that if he doesn't stop, the device will explode within 10 seconds. Mike has no choice but to stop to avoid being killed. The secretary stitches up his wound, and Linda brings ice to place on it. An employee named Desk sees this and bothers Linda. She insults him and leaves. In another room, employees discover hidden cameras. They try to find and remove all these cameras. Meanwhile, Lonnie and Jack go to the basement to fix the air conditioners, which have stopped working. The unknown speaker speaks again, warning them that anyone who touches the hidden cameras or tries to remove the tracking device will be killed. He informs them that there are now 76 employees left. The next task is for 30 of them to be killed within 2 hours. If this doesn't happen, 60 of them will die. Fear escalates as they don't know what to do. Each person becomes cautious of the others, fearing betrayal or attack. Some go to the kitchen to get knives for self-defense. In the basement, Lonnie tells Jack they should hide to avoid being betrayed. Unexpectedly, Jack betrays Lonnie and hits him on the head with a metal rod, killing him. Lonnie becomes the first of the 30 to die. Jack notices a woman named Danny hiding and witnessing what happened. She swears she won't tell anyone what she saw and begs to be let go. Jack grabs her before she can leave and tries to kill her. She pushes him away and accidentally drives nails into his head, killing him. Though she didn't intend to kill him, Jack dies. Back with the employees, Barry uses his authority as manager to gather everyone to find a solution. Linda suggests writing a distress message on a large board and hanging it on the roof for passers-by to see. They agree with her idea and go with her to execute it. Barry tells them that while they carry out this plan, he will keep a few employees with him to devise a backup plan in case their plan fails. Mike and Linda gather tools to write the message. Suddenly, they hear a loud noise and head toward it, only to be shocked that Perry and those with him are using fire to reach the weapons store, which in itself a disaster because if they get weapons, they'll easily kill each other. At that moment, Ivan pulls out his weapon, threatens them, and says, "You're helping people kill each other this way." Mike calms him down, saying, "We don't want violence." He takes the weapon from him and shoots at the gas cylinder to stop them from executing their plan. After that, they go up to write the distress message and begin hanging the cloth on the roof of the house. The problem is, the soldiers see them and don't cooperate with them. The person helping Mike gets injured in his hand. Mike tells him, "You stay, and I'll hang it," risking his life. He tries to hang it, but Linda pulls him back before he gets hurt. At that moment, the unknown person speaks into the mic saying, "Whoever tries to hang the banner, I'll blow their brains out." They come down, feeling hopeless and emotionally drained. Mike tells them, "I feel like the government is behind this, and this company's work was strange from the start, located in an isolated place. They probably built the company here specifically for this reason. We are surprised to find Barry and his men setting a trap for them." Disk raises a knife to Ivan, demanding the keys to the weapons storage, threatening to kill them otherwise. Ivan throws the keys into the basement in a fit of anger. The leader gets furious and, unfortunately, kills him with the knife. He also tries to kill Linda, but Barry stops him, saying, "Let's take the weapons." They take the keys, open the weapons storage, and seize all the weapons for themselves. This way, everyone fears them and falls under their control. They start searching for all the people hiding in the building. At that time, Danny is hiding in the grave, unseen by anyone. They gather everyone in one place under the threat of weapons. Barry tells them, "What I say will be done, and anyone who doesn't listen has only themselves to blame. I'll kill them in front of everyone." He begins gathering employees aged 60 and above to get rid of them, but their number isn't enough. He needs to eliminate 30 people, so he starts randomly picking individuals, targeting those he has issues with or dislikes. He kills anyone who resists or objects to his orders. He asks his assistants to play loud music to drown out the screams of the victims. He targets someone he's been angry with since they shot at the gas cylinder. He begins killing the selected people one by one. Danny hears the screams and moves toward the sound to see what's happening. She witnesses the massacre with her own eyes and comes up with an idea. She heads to the basement to cut the electricity. Mike, who is next in line to be killed, has given up, feeling powerless. Suddenly, the electricity cuts out, causing chaos. Everyone escapes, hiding in the basement. Danny finds her friend Robert hiding in the elevator. He asked her to hide with him to stay safe, as it's the only place no one can reach. The unknown person speaks again, saying, 29 people have died, and if you don't kill someone within 2 minutes, 30 people will die as punishment." Barry and his men search every corner for someone to kill. One of them enters a room with a weapon, searching for anyone hiding inside. He sees a man behind a desk and approaches. We realize it's a trap Linda set to kill anyone entering the room. Suddenly, she attacks him with a metal rod, taking his weapon. He begs her not to kill him, and she spares his life out of pity. The unknown person speaks, saying, "Time's up. 29 are dead, but I'll kill 30 of you as punishment for not completing the task." Most people's heads start exploding as the person kills them randomly. After 30 people die, the unknown person speaks again, saying, "You have 1 hour. You must all kill each other, and the last person standing will be the only one to leave here alive." Barry enters the elevator to go upstairs and sees Danny hiding above the elevator. He shoots at them, but Danny quickly jumps down. He tries to jump after her, but the elevator kills him. At this point, Linda goes down to the first floor with a weapon. She finds Berto and his friend extracting explosives from the brains of the corpses Barry killed. They plan to use them to blow up the metal plate and escape. Before they proceed, Linda speaks through the intercom, asking Mike to come to the first floor and join them. They hear a sound nearby and move toward it, finding Disk killing employees and enjoying it. Linda shoots him in the hand. He manages to kill the 2 people with her, but she aims at the table and drops a metal rod on him, finishing him off. Mike arrives at her location, and she shows him the explosives they've gathered. He puts them in his pocket to use them. We switch to Barry, who has exited the elevator but finds no one on the floor he reached. He goes back, only to find Danny in front of him. Unfortunately, he kills her without hesitation. Dennis, unarmed, makes a Molotov cocktail to kill people. He sees Mike and Linda throwing the Molotov at them. They escape to an upper floor, only to find Barry waiting for them with a weapon. He fires at them, forcing them to run through the fire and hide in a safe place. Barry goes down to see who threw the Molotov and finds his friend. But at this point, there are no friends. He kills him without hesitation. The problem is that Mike finds Linda hit by a bullet while escaping Barry. He tells her to hold on, promising they'll get out of there. Unfortunately, she confesses her love for him before dying in his arms. He cries, devastated, as Linda was the most important person in his life. After a while, Barry enters the room to search for them. Mike attacks him without hesitation. They are the only two survivors, and Mike beats him brutally after Barry killed his beloved Linda. Mike grabs a stapler and smashes Barry's head with it, killing him. He cries, broken, despite being the last man standing. The doors and windows open, and two soldiers enter, taking him away. He doesn't understand where they're taking him. They move him to the warehouse next to the company, where he meets the person responsible for everything that happened, the one who spoke to them through the mic. The person tells Mike they are part of an international organization owned by the world's greatest thinkers. Their goal is to conduct experiments on human behavior to see how people act when they feel threatened. Mike notices a board with the names of all the employees and a button next to each name. He detonates the tracking devices in their heads. At that moment, Mike gets a brilliant idea. He pushes the man and says to him, "Why did you do that?" The man responds, "I'm going to ask you a few questions and then you'll leave." He starts asking him how he feels after what happened. At that moment, Mike says, "I'm very happy, because I put explosives in your pocket and the pockets of your soldiers." He planted explosives in his pocket when he pushed him, and in the pockets of the soldiers without them noticing. He quickly presses all the detonator buttons and blows up everyone present, but he doesn't activate his own button. Then he grabs his weapon and continues killing them to make sure they're dead. After that, he leaves the warehouse, unable to believe he's still alive. We're surprised to see screens showing dozens of winners in games similar to the one Mike was in. An unknown voice announces that the new stage is about to begin. The movie ends on this scene. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification button so you never miss an updates. See you.